There's not a day that goes by that I don't have pain. Just about any movement hurts. And just walking the 20 feet from my bed to my bathroom is extremely painful.
For over 7 years, my 600-pound life has been following the weight loss journeys of people suffering from supermorbid obesity. So, in this video, we are going to take a look at the top 10 massive people who risked their life on my 600-pound life. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification icon to be notified about future videos. Holly was sexually assaulted when she was only 16 years old, and the PTSD she suffered from the incident significantly influenced her weight gain later in life. Holly told the cameras that her weight got up to 600 pounds by the time she was 30. Although she managed to get down to 398 pounds, she then started eating more and busted the staples through the food and got back to 500 pounds within just a year, now nearly 40 years old.
And my weight got up to around 600 by the time I was 30. At that point, I finally decided that my life was getting so bad that I had to do something or it just wasn't going to last much longer.
My 600-pound life fans first met Cynthia Wells in 2016. She weighed in at 610 pounds at the same time and managed to lose weight despite ignoring the doctor's advice. She lost more weight by then and weighed about 360 pounds. Cynthia had always struggled with her weight and even tried to commit suicide in high school because she felt lonely as a result of being overweight. Starting her journey at 610 pounds, Cynthia struggled at first but eventually managed to get back on track with her family's help. She ended up shedding over 150 pounds over the first 12 months. However, she wasn't ready to accept therapy and still struggled even though she eventually got down to 365 pounds. After getting skin removal surgery, her weight loss slowed down almost to a halt, and it seemed like she didn't understand why the doctor was concerned.
I feel like I got beat up over 4 pounds. All he cares about is numbers.
We'll get back on track.
And I'm struggling to pay to get down to Texas. But this doctor, my kids look at me every night. Mama, what's for dinner? Sometimes I don't have a answer. I don't have an answer because I'm trying to get my ass down here.
Murray was one of the heaviest people to appear on the show. She would not only lie about her eating habits, but would also constantly argue with the doctors and ignore their advice. She gained an additional 48 pounds and never tried to work through her issues in therapy sessions. The doctors couldn't get through to her, and she eventually decided to leave the program and the show, claiming that she felt misrepresented and that they were only trying to make her look bad for higher ratings on the show. Shani has stated that she continues her weight loss journey and claims to have lost around 250 pounds since the filming of her episode. She also set up a GoFundMe page to raise money to pay for her own surgery.
You're not 700 pounds of water.
Ever since I had surgery on my leg, you can't tell me that I haven't because I have. I've been through this since I was 15 years old.
Despite suffering internal bleeding the morning after his second surgery, Henry was determined to keep going, surprising everyone by trying to walk further than expected just 1 day after surgery. After 4 years, Henry reached his own goal weight of 248 pounds. By the end of the episode, more than 6 years have passed since Henry had started his weight loss journey of over 700 pounds. Now he weighs in at 275 pounds and even danced at his own wedding. Sadly, Henry passed away in 2013, just a little over a year after his episode aired.
The reason I'm doing this is to let other people know that there's hope. There's a light beyond that tunnel.
Mila Clarke's story from season 4 unfortunately is not that much different from the patients we've seen on the show. Her troublesome relationship began in her childhood as her mother used to punish her and her sisters for not finishing a meal. To help her sister, Mila began eating her food, in which she found comfort. She weighed 751 pounds and was bedridden for 3 years due to a 43-pound lymphedema on her leg. Mila was first put on a weight loss program by Dr. Now and lost 100 pounds on her own and went on for the surgery. She continued on her health journey, ultimately losing 274 pounds that allowed her to stand on her own once again.
I know I've lost weight since my last doctor's appointment. I don't know how much weight I've lost, but I think I've lost something. I hope I weigh 490. Less would be great, but if I'm at 490, I'll be happy.
Mercedes is another person with a heartbreaking story who had been sexually assaulted by her father repeatedly starting when she was just 11 years old. When she appeared on the show, she weighed an unbelievable 773 pounds, saying that she was finally ready to change her life and start losing weight. She was so big that she had to rely on her young children to take care of her as she was unable to move around and struggled with a very painful case of lymphedema.
So that's what my life is now. Eating all day to forget and to feel good.
If we don't intervene, she's not gonna be able to live much longer.
Fans were met with Liz Evans embarking on an extreme weight loss journey on My 600 Pound Life. The Texas native, who was bedridden for more than a decade and suffered from lymphedema, shed a staggering 535 pounds. Though she was losing weight after the strict diet Dr. Now placed on her, Liz needed to be able to stand and get the lymphedema surgery. "It's been really hard on me. They have been doing exercises with me, but I haven't been able to stand yet," she said about her ongoing physical therapy. After being admitted to the hospital again to be monitored, she dropped those pounds and underwent a bypass surgery.
It's just so hard because physical therapy is excruciating. It just hurts so bad.
James was the heaviest patient in My 600 Pound Life history, and he was also one of the most delusional patients to have ever appeared on the show. At 791 pounds, and with the series of medical issues due to his size, it was only a matter of time until James's body would shut down. He was bedridden and unable to stand for majority of his time on the show, and as a result, he had a circulation problem with his legs which caused him a lot of pain. During his stay at the hospital, James actually gained 60 pounds in a week, but when his girlfriend was confronted about sneaking in high-calorie food for him, she simply stated that it would be the last time James continued to struggle to stay on track, and with him appearing to be willing to change his lifestyle. Dr. Now eventually lost it because it seemed like James and his mom and his girlfriend just didn't get how bad the situation was for him. So the weight loss surgeon eventually decided to send James home and deny his weight loss surgery.
"I'm not living life because I'm just trapped in this bed all day. You gonna give me one little rig roll?"
I gave you 2.
Oh. This stuff is good.
Marla wasn't just one of the heaviest on the show, but she was also the most challenging. She hadn't been heavy as a child, but started gaining weight in the early 20s when she was in an abusive relationship. The weight loss specialist said that Marla was in one of the worst conditions. She stopped breathing because of blood clots that had dislodged. Although they managed to stabilize her and put her in a restricted diet, finally she skipped physical therapy and refused to get up for a long time.
I'm worried my kids are gonna come here and find me dead one day. The idea of that horrifies me. I need to do something fast, or that's what's gonna happen. I need to change, or I'm gonna die.
Sean Milliken, who appeared on TLC My 600 Pound Life in an episode in 2016, is the heaviest person to ever be featured on the show. At his heaviest, he weighed an unbelievable 1,003 pounds. But after being admitted to the hospital and put on controlled diet to get his weight loss surgery, he managed to lose over 400 pounds in the end. However, in February early this year, the 29-year-old was admitted to the hospital again to be treated for an infection and sadly passed away a couple of days later. On Facebook, his father wrote that Sean had trouble breathing, and all of the doctors were able to help him for a short time. However, his heart just stopped.
All right, the scale said over the limit, so this scale goes only to 800 pounds.
If I fall, it would be near impossible for people to pick me up. I'm a prisoner. All I want is out. And I never really thought my life would end up like this.
Well, that's it for this video. We hope you enjoyed. The comment section is all yours. Do tell us your suggestions.